let me get closer and get comfortable. You should do as well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host from Pen Venture. Welcome to another fountain pen review. We are going to explore the second edition from Sailor in the Iro Miyabi series. It's going to be about urushi, it's going to be about nobility, wealth, and everything in between. So get yourself comfortable and let's have a better look. Although I haven't tested the first edition of the Iro Miyabi series, I have seen some pictures and it is a stunning edition. The second one, it's a little bit different, and this is why I wanted to do this video. There are 4 colors, one of each. We have them in stock and they recently arrived, so it's my ultimate pleasure to share this experience with you all and to have a better look at them, how they are, what's particularly interesting about them, what's the inspiration behind such a collection. And in true pen venture style, like I used to, I'm going to show you the fountain pen with the customer experience. Then I'm going to give you some information regarding the company, the details of the fountain pen, side-by-side size comparison, writing sample, and in the end I'm going to share some of my personal opinions. So Sailor, which is one of the fountain pen brands that I personally adore. Founded in 1911 in Japan, they have a pretty good record in regards of making grail level fountain pens. I have been a Sailor distributor for around 6 months. I have to tell you that I've tested a lot of their fountain pens and I am so pleased and happy to have such a strong partner that offers such a diverse range of fountain pens. What we have today is the pinnacle of their crafting capabilities, and I picked this word very carefully because I could have said production. The fountain pen that we have today implies that there is people, artists applying urushi on these fountain pens, and everything is done by hand, and this is why I picked the word crafting. The fountain pen that we have today is based on the King of Pen. But before I'm gonna go into the details of it, what is the customer experience when you purchase such a fountain pen? This is the box that you would get when you have a Iro Miyabi second edition fountain pen ordered. Inside you will find this beautiful paper. Inside this would be tied up, but to be honest, I would have needed a complete tutorial to have it wrapped like it came. This is a booklet with some information regarding the fountain pens, the collection. You would get also a warranty and repair manual, a polishing cloth. I believe this is to be used with all of the trim elements of the fountain pen, and right here we do have 2 ink cartridges, black. Let me open it, and inside you will find the fountain pen resting in this velvety pillow like, and I'm gonna put everything aside and let's focus on the fountain pens. Let's switch the angle to this camera and let's have a better look at the entire collection. This is the Iro Miyabi second edition, all colors that are presented in this collection, and we have the first one Konruri, the second one Fukaki Ake, the brown is called Bun Jin Cha, and this beautiful teal green bluish color is called Ran Peki. The Iro Miyabi second edition is a collection of writing instruments that has its colors inspired from the nobility colors in past Japan, and to be honest, it sort of looks like, because in our store we often test inks from Japan and we've seen that Japan has a certain way of portraying colors. They are more subdued, they are not that pungent, not that in your face. So what we have here is 4 beautiful colors which are a little bit more subdued, more elegant, more discreet, but not to be mistaken. They do show a lot of quality, they do show a lot of exquisite attention to details, and we are so happy about this collection and to have it in our inventory. Now let me tell you a little bit about every single color, and we're gonna start with Konruri, this one. This color, this blue, is inspired by a noble lapis lazuli color popular in the Edo period of Japan. The red one, the Fukaki Ake, the red color in this one is inspired by the noble garments. This beautiful stylish brown color is inspired by the color used in paintings, calligraphy, and also poetry. And then we have Ranpeki, which is actually inspired by jasper, a mysterious jade-like stone color. At the core of the Iro Miyabi series sits a very exquisite technique, which is urushi lacquerware. The people of Japan taken this to a whole new level. An artist will take one of these fountain pens and it will apply urushi lacquer. It's a natural substance. It will be applied in layers. In between layers it needs polishing, then curing. Now let's go into some of the details of these creations. Let's zoom in and let's have a better look at the urushi coating. You will observe that the urushi coating on this fountain pens, it's sort of a two-tone. Underneath tone, which is a different color, solid, and on top of it we do have a lighter blue, which is applied with the silk cloth. The fact that this second layer is applied with the silk cloth implies that the whole fountain pen is individual and unique. Each of this limited production series fountain pens are one of a kind. Let's move with the red one, which is Fukaki Ake, and you will see that this one, it's a little bit more flashy, a little bit more bright, and we have a brick like brownish red underneath, and on top we have this beautiful pungent red color with gold works. Stunning, stunning, stunning. The brown one, and again you can clearly see that we have underneath a tobacco-like brown, and on top we have this lighter mustard brownish color. Last but not least, we have Ranpeki, which is turquoise, and on this one we do have a little bit more of a difference in between the underneath layer and the on top layer of urushi. Now that we've seen all of the colors, let's go and analyze the details. Let's have a look at the cap finial, which is dome shaped. It's just like a torpedo, to say so. If we put it side by side, the end finial, we can see that the shape is different. The end finial is a little bit more pointy. Then we have this line which is interrupting the finial. This is where we can clearly see it is used for attachment of the clip. The clip is something that Sailor is using on all of their king size versions, and it is very minimalistic, quite practical, stiff. You can clip the fountain pen even by a thicker coat, gold plated, and it goes very well with the gold specs that we've seen in the material. The cap starts to pick up in girth. It doesn't have any cap band, so we do have a very straightforward line, eye pleasing to say so, to move in one direction and to have no obstructions, no cap band, nothing whatsoever. And in my opinion, with urushi fountain pens, the less trim that you have on them, it's better. We can clearly see that we have this beautiful texture, which is obtained by the second layer of urushi, which is applied with the silk cloth. It's nice. It is not like it's too much, to say so, when you put your finger and you run it like so, but at least you have texture. And in the first edition, again, it was textured. Let's uncap the fountain pen, and we have 2 turns of the cap in order to uncap the fountain pen. We are greeted by the beautiful 21 karat gold, the large nib from Sailor. This gigantic 21 karat gold nib is so good that I took it as a test. So I would take with me one of my Sailor fountain pens with this nib, and I would hand that pen over to people in our industry that are making fountain pens, and when they tested it out, they said, wow. And you have to understand, these nibs are something of their own kind. This is so exquisite, and the experience with such a nib in writing is outstanding. I almost forgot something. The cap features an inner cap. You will see that this inner cap will help you to keep the nib from drying out, and I can show you how it is inside. This is a inner sleeve made in plastic, and you will see that when the fountain pen is capped, that will completely seal the nib inside, and the nib will not dry. This is what you have in the cap. Now let's get back to that famous nib. You will see that this is bicolor, gold accents and silver accents, the anchor logo 21 karat gold, and on the left shoulder right here at the base you will see broad on this one, but these nibs are available in only 2 sizes, medium and broad, and both of them are stunning writers. The nib is powered by a ABS plastic feeder, and both the nib and the feeder are friction fitted inside the section. The section is a very simple and straightforward shape. We don't have any hourglass shape. It is very cylindrical. It is tapering in a little bit, like 1 or 2 millimeters towards the nib, and at the nib right here we have this beveling out, which is supposed to prevent your fingers from slipping towards the nib. Anyway, I've observed that that ridge, it's a good indicator to not go lower than that point with the grip. Right here we have a metal ring which is gold plated, and then we have the threads of the capping system. At the threads you will see that there is this gorgeous color of the underneath layer of urushi, in the red one as well and in the others. This is so rewarding to see the underneath color, and this is the place on the threads where this underneath color is much more visible than overall on the fountain pen. And here is how it looks on the brown one as well. On this one there is a little bit more difference in between the top and the layer that you will find underneath. Anyway, let's proceed further. So the threads are not sharp at all. You can grip the fountain pen from them for extended periods of writing as well. Then we have a small step up right here, and then we have the barrel of the fountain pen starts at the thickest point right here, then it's tapering in towards the end part of the barrel, which is pointy, a little bit more pointy than the cap. Filling system, and here we have a very simple and straightforward filling system that is using the proprietary Sailor cartridge converter. With such a filling system there are pros and cons, and I would like to share them right now. First of all, if something goes wrong, you have very quick and cheap access to a new Sailor cartridge converter that you can use, and you can say that you have a new filling system on your fountain pen. Yet again, this cartridge converter from Sailor can be taken apart in order to clean it, grease it, maintain it, or anything else. Have a look when everything is put together. This is a good way to add a little bit of good weight in this fountain pen model. Since this is made in ebonite, ebonite is very light, and this offers a little bit more balance overall to the fountain pen. Yet again, ebonite is used because it's the best material to coat in urushi. Ebonite will not absorb water and contract or just simply change shape, so this way the lacquer that's applied on top has a far better grip on, and it's not going to crack or develop places where it's gonna chip, and simply the material is very stable. This is why it's chosen for having urushi coated on top of it. Although you will see that right here we have an O-ring, this fountain pen, it is not recommended to be eyedropper converted. So many metal parts inside, and sometimes ink, although it is not iron gold, can corrode those metal parts. This is what I have for you in regards of details. Let's have a look at the fountain pen side by side other fountain pen models in order to determine its shape and size. Here we have the Sailor Iro Miyabi next to a Pilot Custom 823 Sailor Pro Gear King Size Demonstrator, Iro Miyabi, Sailor Luminous Shadow, Pelikan M1000, and the Namiki Emperor. So you can clearly see we have an oversized fountain pen which sits in between a Pro Gear King Size and a Luminous Shadow. Uncapped, the story is a little bit different. Here we have the Iro Miyabi sitting a little bit more taller than the Pro Gear King Size. Also very interesting, the Pilot Custom 823, it's like 1 or 2 millimeters taller than the Iro Miyabi. Next to the Luminous Shadow, it's quite a similar story, similar next to the Pelikan M1000, and of course it is dwarfed by the Namiki Emperor. Capped like this, the Iro Miyabi series measures 152 millimeters in between ends. If we were to post the fountain pen, although I don't recommend you posting this urushi fountain pen, it's gonna measure 170 millimeters. Uncapped in writing position like so, it's gonna measure 131 millimeters. The total weight of the fountain pen capped and or posted is 36 grams, and uncapped in writing position like so is 24 grams. Before heading into the writing sample, let me tell you a little bit regarding the price range for such a fountain pen. If you want to acquire such a fountain pen, you will end up spending 1,626 euros, no VAT, and the price will reflect all of the work which is done by hand on such a fountain pen. This is the flagship model in a very exclusive technique like urushi. For such a fountain pen, we don't have a limited edition number on it, but from past experiences, this is a limited production. It will be produced, I believe, this year only, and by no means it's gonna be a lot of them. So possibly we're talking about 2-digit numbers for each color, which is not that much for Sailor, if you ask me. Now let's proceed to the writing sample. Let's begin. And we have the pen. Ooh. Sailor Iro Miyabi. And this is red Fukaki. Okay. The nib is the 21 karat gold. This is a medium point. The ink, of course, Sailor. One of my favorite black inks lately. Sailor Manyo Chingaya. I spell it out with a Y. And paper, Tomoe River paper 52 GSM. I kid you not, I love this medium point nib. I have it on my Sailor Battle of Itsukushima fountain pen, the king of pen size fountain pen. I have experience with this nib. This is an incredible nib. If you have the chance to try such a nib, try it, because your life in regards of collecting fountain pens would not be the same from that point. Now let's check the wetness. These nibs are moderate to wet writers, but again, being a Japanese nib, you have to expect that this is quite balanced. Now let me show you some normal figure of eights, and I would say that this is quite medium. Just for a reference, I have here a medium nib from Nakaya, and you can pretty much see that the line that the medium Nakaya is putting, it's a little bit on the skinnier end of a medium. Now flex, please don't use it as a flex nib, because this is too good to be ruined. You can apply a little bit of pressure and you will see that there is a little bit of give, and this will feel like flex, but again, please don't use it as a flex nib. Now let's use the famous sentence. Let's see how this nib is performing when we apply a little bit of speed in our writing. Quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. There is so many good reasons why I want to say that this nib is splendid, outstanding, and performing at a very high level. It is deserving all of your funds, attention, and your willingness to collect this nib, regardless on what fountain pen are you aiming to have it on. This is something that's writing very good. No skipping, no hard starts, plenty of wetness, a little bit of feedback. This is to be expected with the Sailor nib. It is just like that faint pencil-like feedback, which simply makes you wake up from the dream that you are using such an exquisite writing instrument, and makes you dive in and absorb this writing experience in every of your cell. Yeah, it is that good. The Sailor Iro Miyabi series is one of those fountain pens which I think you wouldn't just simply stumble upon and just move your view throughout your fountain pen collection and you would miss it, you wouldn't use it, you wouldn't care for. No, it is one of that fountain pens which is gonna sit at the top level of 99% of the people in this collecting habit of ours. I truly believe it's a stunning fountain pen. After all, it is based on the King of Pen, and the King of Pen has so many decades of history. It is made in a stunning urushi technique, so you have color, you have something to go forward and have. Any color that you would pick, it will be at the top of your list because it is stunning. Regardless if it's this blue, if it's red, brown, and this turquoise, you have color variation, you have technique, you have the stunning two-tone 21 karat gold nib. So you pretty much have the absolute best from Sailor in regards of anything that you can expect from a king of pen. Yes, these fountain pens don't come cheap. Like I told you, 1,626 euros, no VAT, that's the price point for such a piece. And I don't know about you, but I wouldn't expect from something which is the flagship model of a fountain pen company like Sailor, which is so prestigious, to have a very, very low end entry point in regards of the pricing. These fountain pens are limited production. They will be produced, I believe, only this year. So it is a good chance that you will see them around, but not for too much time. Right now, looking throughout other stores, I've seen that the Iro Miyabi first edition, it's not that available. I mean, there are maybe 1 or 2 colors in stock here and there. The most popular colors are already sold out by now, and this is what we have right now in stock from the Iro Miyabi second edition, one of each color. So if you are willing to get one, you can choose Pen Venture. I'm gonna leave you a link down below. You can go there and have one of these creations in your collection from us. Thank you so much for spending this time with me on the Pen Venture YouTube channel. Let me know if you have any questions in regards of this fountain pens or any others. Use the comment section down below and I'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions. Don't forget, if this video was useful, give it a big thumbs up. This will help us a lot with the YouTube algorithm in order to have a better reach towards many passionate individuals just like me and just like you. If you want to support the growth of the Pen Venture YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you're not subscribed, you can subscribe right now. Just click there, turn on notification bell on, and you will be notified whenever we have new content like this one. If you want to continue watching my videos, I'm gonna leave you this right here. You can click and enjoy. As always, I'm your host Amy from Pen Venture. I look forward to seeing you next video. Take care, stay safe,